You have found what lights you up. I'm your host, Sunny the Life Coach, and I'm here because I see you searching for something or someone out there to help you feel better. Something to take away the pain that you're feeling, the inadequacies. I know all of the things that happen in life can leave you feeling empty. Your search is over. This podcast is all about finding your own freedom and power to love yourself enough to shine in the ways you were always meant to, the ways in which you are already fully capable of. If you're ready for some real talk, some serious truth bombs, and a few F-bombs, you are in the right place. Let's do this. Let's get lit. Hey, welcome to what will be another brief solo episode for a couple of reasons. First, I just finished recording a conversation with author David Winkler about his memoir, about being a sugar daddy in the Hollywood scene. It's actually a fantastic story, but you're going to hear that one next week because it needs time to edit and process. Be sure to look out for that. It's going to be a good one. I literally just finished speaking with him, and I have to switch gears now because the second reason that I am having a very difficult time focusing on anything at all beyond the state of our country, the great U.S., well, here in Texas, we just could not let the school year finish without complete devastation, now could we? No, sir, no, ma'am. Here in Texas, we regulate uteruses far more than we will ever regulate guns. And I'm not saying that's the answer, but I am definitely going to go there today. What better time to talk about current events than as they are happening? Yes, I'm talking about the most recent school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, just yesterday. Not even 30 hours ago as I am recording this, where 19 children, 19 fourth graders and 2 teachers were gunned down in the final days of school. It is gut-wrenching, and I'm not going to pretend that it hasn't impacted me personally as a mom in Texas. I had a brief text exchange with my younger sister last night where she said her heart is just breaking in what is happening. And I responded something about souls coming here for a purpose and how that perspective helps me when things get really hard like this. And she said, each person's soul doesn't always come here to do good. There is evil out there. Ignoring it doesn't make it go away. And yeah, I don't disagree with her. You see, I never said that all souls come here for good. I said all souls have a purpose to fulfill. And I'm not about trying to dissect what that purpose may have been for this young man in particular, just a child himself who apparently decided moments after he wrecked his truck in a ditch that he was going to run into the school in front of him and just do as much damage as possible. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here to say today is that I feel your pain. I do. And I'm not talking to the parents and families who lost their children yesterday. The ones who sent them off to school for a fun day of activities and year-end award ceremonies and then had to submit DNA a few hours later to identify them. I'm not equipped. I cannot imagine. I am talking to the general public, to those who live in the USA, to those who live in Texas, to those like myself who are struggling with the weight of it all. To all of those moms today who might be saying, that could have been my kid. Yeah, it could have been. I'm not sugarcoating shit today. And to be clear, I'm not the coach who sugarcoats anyway. That is not who I am. I am going to give it to you straight so that if you tell me that could have been my kid, I'm probably going to acknowledge that as fact. simply because of the times in which we are living and the clear disregard for living children. Around these parts, embryos are the holy grail. A clump of cells is to be revered. Living and breathing humans, fuck them. I mean, these are facts. If we want to be super clinical about it and talk about what's black or white, right or wrong, good or bad, well, that's what our legal system does. That's what our 3 branches of government were designed to do. They literally write the laws that tell us what's good or bad. They have the capacity, the capability, and the power to change things, but they won't unless it is to their benefit. And I'm talking about lawmakers here, yes. You may think I'm getting into politics. I've seen a few comments like that floating around social media over the past 30 hours or so. Don't make this about politics. Well, it is, though. It is. I really don't even care how this is perceived at the moment because I'm in a bit of a rage. And I need to ride this wave and speak my mind on the matter that I do believe it's crucial that in the greatest country on earth, as we have been known to call ourselves, our children should be able to go to school without worrying about whether they will survive it. All of that aside, how do you find the words to express your abject sorrow at the state of your country and the world? Thoughts and prayers? No. Please keep them. They are clearly not working. Your thoughts and your prayers are not working. Why is that? Because they were hollow to begin with. They are just words. They are just thoughts. Oh, but wait. Thoughts become things, right? Right. They certainly can when you are carrying the corresponding energy behind those thoughts, that emotion, the energy in motion. And then you take action toward what it is that you really want, thereby demonstrating to the universe that you are high-vibing this life and ready to receive. What's the energy behind all of the posts on social media? Thoughts and prayers. That energy is obligatory, especially when it's coming from politicians and celebrities that are going to move right on to the next post that they need to make. It's obligatory, it's half-hearted, it's meaningless, it's trite, it's empty, and it's hollow as fuck. My God, if there's one phrase I never, ever want to hear again, it's thoughts and prayers to the victims and their families. Get the fuck out of here. There is zero emotional energy behind those thoughts. We, as a nation, have become numb to it. Now, I'm not implying that we should curl up in a ball or fashion a bubble around our lives and our children, a protective bubble to ensure they are always safe. Again, as a mother, do I want to do that some days? Absolutely. But this is like the opposite of extremes. As a coach and as a highly spiritual, empathic human, I want us all to live our lives to the fullest extent. Yet, there's something else I want to share with you. Last week, Friday in fact, was my son's last day of school. And on that day, I got this sacral hit that came with a vision, almost like a premonition. And it was of a school shooting. It gave me pause. I stopped what I was doing and I really checked in with my body. Like, wait, is this real? Check in with your full body when these things happen, you all. Don't just let your mind run away with its story, because the next thing you know, it will have created a full feature-length movie, a drama, of course, around what could happen. So in that moment, I paused. I stopped what I was doing. I really breathed in and was very attentive to all of the things I was feeling. And I asked if this is real. And Not long after, the feeling passed and I went on with my day, and my child came home from his last day of school. Yes, for that I am ever grateful. But for just a split second there, the way that I felt, I was about ready to drive to school and sign him out early. If it had stayed with me longer, I probably would have. This was just a few days ago, you all. This was not even a full week ago that I had that feeling. And I've said before that intuition is overrated, and I still stand by that. Please pay close attention to your intuition. If you can connect with that, if you can learn how to trust it, if you can appreciate the energy and motion that is circulating through your body and learn how to read that, you're going to have a much deeper and richer experience of this life. That energy that runs through your entire nervous system. Oh my goodness, let's do that. Let's get back to the soul aspect for a moment and my sister's insistence that some souls are just evil. Maybe that's true. Maybe. We don't have a motive for this particular event. We just don't. Maybe we never will. Maybe we'll never have our why. And I have to challenge myself in that regard sometimes, because we humans always want answers, like that's going to change the outcome. It is done. We are here. We are a nation in mourning, where we've been hundreds of times before, not just with schools, but also movie theaters, churches, grocery stores, department stores. We are where we are. Our souls chose to come here, to this place, at this time. For some reason. What is that for you? Is it so you can hide your kids, hide your wife, and curl up and cry? Or is it so you can lead by example and show your children that even though there are parts of the world that are awful, there are other parts that are wonderful, amazing, and worth tuning into? Is it so you can doom scroll social media for hours, followed by researching how to homeschool your kids? Or is it so you can have meaningful conversations, like the face-to-face ones, with the young ones among us, and help guide their path away from fear and toward love, because love is the highest vibration of all emotions, and fear is the lowest. So what do you love right now? What do you love when the world around you seems dark and the words are hollow? You can ask this simple question of your kids too. What do you love right now in this moment? I love my home. I love my family. I love our dog. I love the way that she snuggles up to me when I'm sleeping. I love the trails and the wildlife that I see when I go for walks. Saw a bunny this morning. It was a sweet treat. I love my friends. I love my clients. I love my relationships. I love my new tattoo. I love my yoga studio. I love all of the gifts I have received from this life. Have there been dark days? Absolutely. Have there been equally glorious days? Yes. Many more of those. This is how you can raise your vibration when you are feeling low. You can guide your mind to the things that lift you up, the things about life that aren't so horrible. Dancing between the darkness and the light is not an easy place to live. It really isn't. I have many high vibe, love and light friends who won't give 1 minute of their attention to the news for that very reason. But you see, I decided that I don't want to live like that. Contrary to what my sister thinks, I don't turn away from the bad things. Oh, I want to know about them. I won't allow them to consume me, but having an awareness of what's going on in the world around me is important to me. Because I do think that when I see some influencers do this high vibe, happy all the time thing, That seems just as disingenuous to me as a quick thoughts and prayers post on social media. Sorry, it just does. I absolutely understand and embrace the importance of focusing on the higher emotion, the next higher emotion, to help bring your vibes up from the basement of your vessel when that's what it seems is happening. I get that. I appreciate how very beneficial that can be. However, when you are in the throes of grief and despair, sometimes those waves need to be ridden. That's why I said I am not speaking to those who have directly lost a loved one in the past week. If it were me, I would very much tell you to fuck right off with your high vibes right now. No, I am enraged, I am in despair, I am feeling hopeless and helpless. And yes, I've been feeling those things from the cheap seats. Many of us have. It's just that we aren't feeling it to the depths that the parents of those children may be feeling today. Again, I simply cannot imagine. So I'm using words to describe how words seem so hollow, and I completely get the irony, but this is how we communicate. We use language to express ourselves. Maybe it's time we started reconnecting back to the power that is within us, that energy in motion. Because once you can tap into your own frequency and get to better understand and engage with you, the true essence of you, not just your brain, it becomes easier to better understand and engage with those in your presence. Not on social media, not even on Zoom. Those in your presence, in your physical sphere. Pay attention to them. Notice them. Engage with them. Look them in the eye. Send them some loving energy. Not words, just loving energy. As Rumi says, if everything around seems dark, look again. You may be the light. Ah, yes, and hugs. Hugs go a long way toward raising my vibe, always. Hug your child today. Hug your pet. If you don't have a child of your own to hug, I'm willing to lay money down that you have one in your life that would be happy to oblige. My neighbor's kids love to give hugs, and I am always here for it. No words, just loving energy. I don't have words myself beyond this episode at the moment. I am honestly still processing, but I thank you for being a part of it. I thank you for listening to my rage and, my own roller coaster of emotions. I don't have the answers to fix what's broken in our society, but I know this. Most humans are good humans. I can't tell you what decisions to make for your family, but I can help guide you to the one that's right for you. I can't offer you words of comfort when the world doesn't make sense, but I can help you process your pain and anguish so that you can release it and move toward living a wholehearted life. It would be my highest honor to have a conversation with you about this or any other topic that has you feeling like you are in a dark place. The way out of that is to light up and shine your own light in that darkness, the one that is uniquely yours. Indeed, light up, shine on.